My name is Jenni, and I'm a follower of Jesus, a wife, a homeschooling mom to 3 beautiful girls, and I run a growing business from home. Join me as I share about our family, life, essential oil education, raising girls, homeschooling, home remodeling, my life with Biliary Atresia, and our dream to one day move to our favorite place, the coastal area of South Carolina.
Hey everyone, welcome back. I just wanted to share a quick video with you guys today about the new Get Ready, Filling My Cup First challenge I've been doing this month, and how I've been waking up every day between about 5 and 5:30, and how I've liked it and what I've gotten from it, and then just kind of what I'm doing in that time in the morning. So I had kind of been in a rut where I was feeling really just overwhelmed with my day. I was waking up about 30 minutes before my kids were, and just kind of felt like, once my kids were up, it was like go, 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 go. And I just felt like I didn't have that time to kind of prepare myself for the day, like mentally and spiritually and physically. So I decided I wanted to do a challenge. I had read the book Miracle Morning. I've actually read it twice, and decided, I want to give this a try, and I want to try to get up earlier and kind of take some time for myself in the morning to just prepare my heart and my mind and my spirit for the day. So I started at the beginning of August, just setting my alarm at 5 a.m. My husband is typically up about 5 or 5:30 most mornings because he goes to work early. So I was basically getting up with or just a little bit before he was most days. And when I get up, kind of my routine that I've gotten into is I get up, I make my coffee, and then I grab my devotions and my Bible. And I'm kind of show you guys what I use here. And I'll put these links in the comments. So if you're interested in getting these, they're all books that I would highly recommend, and ones that I really enjoy. So this is Jesus Calling. It's by Sarah Young, and it's a daily devotion. I've used this for probably 5 years, I would say. But it has a date. For every date there's a devotion, and underneath the devotion there is space for related, or I guess there's related scriptures that you can reference in your Bible. So I start my day reading this, and then I reference those scriptures in the Bible, in my Bible, and if anything kind of stands out to me, sometimes I will read a little further in that chapter of the Bible that it's referencing, or if there's something kind of speaking to my heart, I'll kind of go there in my Bible. But this is the Bible that I've had for several years. It's a Women of Faith study Bible, and I really like it. One thing I've been really wanting to try is a journal Bible where you can kind of journal and draw and make pretty art on the side. But here's the one problem. I am not an artist by any means. Like, I love to doodle and color, but I'm not good at it. So I actually found one on Amazon that has stuff drawn in and verses drawn in that you can just color or kind of make your own. So I think I may go that route if I end up going with something like that. But I do write in this and highlight in this. So I'll always keep this because I have a lot of notes and a lot of stuff in here. But yeah, I've been really kind of wanting to get a journaling Bible that I can write more in. So that's that. And the other thing I've been reading lately, my mom bought me this a few months ago. She found this for me, and it's called Devotions for the Beach and Days You Wish You Were There, which is really appropriate for me if you know me. I love, love, love being near the ocean. I just feel such a sense of peace, and it's just a place that I can go and just unwind and relax. And so this has been a really fun one. I really like it. And so basically it'll take a topic and then relate it to the Bible and to how Jesus is in our life, and it's really been a really good devotion, and I've really enjoyed it. So I've been reading this in the morning as well. And then again, if it's got scriptures in there that I'm not familiar with or something that I want to learn more about, I'll reference it in my Bible in the morning. And then the last thing I do in the morning is my 5-minute journal. One of my friends who is in business with me was talking about this several months ago, and I got it, and I've really loved it. So it's kind of a way you can journal each day and remember what you're grateful for each day and start your day that way, but it's a guided journal for you. So it kind of tells you what you're going to be writing. So at the top, it'll have a place for you to put the date. And then it has a quote in there, kind of a motivational or inspirational quote. And then you'll list 3 things that you're grateful for that day, 3 things that would make today great, a daily affirmation, so I am, and then you'll fill that in. And then at the end of the day, it'll have a spot that you're supposed to fill in for 3 amazing things that happened today, and how could I have made today even better. And I've really enjoyed keeping this. Now, I'll be 100% honest, I don't do it every single day, but I would say 4 out of 7 days of the week I write in here at least. And I've really enjoyed writing in it and also being able to look back in it. And it just really helps focus you on the things in your life that you have that you're grateful for. A lot of times I think we can focus on the things that we don't have, or the things that we're wanting, or that we're dreaming about, or that we're praying for, and not really focus on the here and now and what God has given to us and provided for us that we have right now. So that's one that I also have been doing in the morning. And then the other thing I do is I take a minute. So every night before I go to bed, I make a to-do list. I'm a huge list maker. I always have been. I love crossing things off lists. It just gives me that sense of accomplishment, especially since I've been a stay-at-home, work-at-home mom. When I worked kind of in the corporate world several years ago, I had that sense of accomplishment by seeing a job or a task through to fruition. But when you stay at home with your kids, or when you work from home, sometimes it's really hard to see what you've really done, because even though you've done 4 loads of laundry, and even though you've picked up toys, and you've cleaned the kitchen 5 times and swept the floor, sometimes when your husband gets home at the end of the day, the floors are dirty, the laundry's piled up, there's dirty dishes in the sink, there's toys everywhere, and you kind of feel like you haven't done anything. So for me, making a list at night before I go to bed, and the way I do it is at the top I put my 3 non-negotiables. So the top 3 things that I have to get done the next day are at the top. And then the list underneath that is kind of a continuing list. It's stuff that I want to do, or stuff that I would like to either start working on or finish or complete. And that kind of keeps going every day. But the top 3 change every day, because those are my non-negotiables, and those are things that I get done and I do that day. So in the morning, I look over that and just kind of, if there's anything I can do in the morning, I take care of that then. If it's stuff that I have to wait till later in the afternoon to do, I'll just make sure I put that as a priority in my first free block of time. The other thing I've started doing recently is time blocking. And I don't know if you do this, but I use Google Calendar, and I time block my day. So now that we're back into homeschooling, in our homeschool year, I have pretty much everything in my day time blocked out in my Google Calendar. So, you know, from the time I wake up, so from 5 to 5:30 is my devotion, prayer, reading time. And then, you know, I mean, I have everything kind of blocked out. My 5:30 to 6 is when I get myself ready for the day, when I get dressed, when I brush my teeth, so that I'm dressed and ready before my kids wake up, because that's a big one. That was one of the things that was really disheartening, I guess, to me before I started doing this. Is a lot of days my kids would get up and I had just gotten up, and then we would start our day and it'd be 3 o'clock and I wouldn't be dressed yet. So that's something that I've started doing as well. But so I time block pretty much my whole day. So I kind of look over that. And if you use Google Calendar, one of the coolest things that I've personally found that I really love about doing it, so I meal prep in my Google Calendar too. So I have all of our meals in there, and I can actually link if the recipe, most of my recipes that I use, I find online or on Pinterest. So in the notes section of my Google Calendar, I can link the recipe that I'm gonna be cooking that night. So I have it linked. And so sometimes in the morning, if I know that I'm gonna have something that I have to kind of prep for dinner that night, I'll look at that link and see kind of how long I feel like that's gonna take me and make sure I have that time blocked into my calendar for enough time to prep that meal before dinner each day. And then the last thing I do in the morning after I've kind of looked over my list is I look in my calendar, my planner that I have here, and just kind of see, you know, things that are coming up. I am still, even though I use Google Calendar, I do use that for time blocking, and I do put the stuff that's in here in my Google Calendar, but I am still a paper calendar lover. I don't know that I will ever go 100% electronic. I just like the feeling of writing stuff down. I love getting my new calendar every year and filling it in and making it pretty and coloring it. And for the past, I think 4 years now, maybe 3 years, I have used Erin Condren calendars. And if you haven't heard of these, check them out if you like pretty, colorful calendars. The nice things, so the covers that are on here are, you can tear them or pull them out and you can actually get different covers. So if you're somebody who wants to change your cover with the seasons, you can customize them with pictures. I actually did that last year on my calendar. On the cover of it, I had pictures of my kids and pictures of the trips that we went to Charleston, and I customized it last year. And this year, I just went with a quote that I found that I really liked. But you get your name put on them, so I love these. They're so fun. And so I kind of look over that too, just to see if there's anything coming up that I don't have in the Google Calendar. And the other really cool thing about Google Calendar that we like is I can share it with Aaron, with my husband. So he has access to it, so he can see what's for dinner. He can see, you know, what we've got going that week. He can be reminded what days the girls have gymnastics and what days we're going to the dentist and stuff like that. So so that's kind of how I've been doing that. And then, like I said, I get myself dressed before the girls are up, and my kids typically wake up between 6:30 and 7:30 most days. Lately, since we've started school, if they're not up by about 7:15, I will wake them up because we start our school day at 8 o'clock, and they have to have eaten and had their morning chores done by then. So if they're not up around 7:15, 7:20, I'll go wake them up. But I'll try to have breakfast ready when they wake up so that they can just come out and eat and then start on their morning chores and get dressed, and we can start school right at 8. So I have really enjoyed having this time in the morning. I feel so much more ready to take on my day. It's not really that hard to get up early. Once you're up, you're up. The hardest part is just getting out of bed. But once you're up, and it hasn't been bad. And I've really, I much prefer the feeling I have of being prepared and ready for my day over a little bit of lack of sleep. So that's what I've been doing in the morning. If you have any questions, let me know. If you get up early and have any other tips or things that you do to help you get ready for the day, I'd love to hear them. And I've got several videos that I'm gonna be filming and posting here soon. I am gonna be doing a video on Biliary Atresia, which is the liver disease that I was born with, and how I am one of the oldest Biliary Atresia kids out there in the United States that hasn't had a liver transplant. So I'm gonna kind of talk about that and what it is and my life with that. I've also got a video on our homeschool curriculum that we're doing this year, so I have that coming. I have a day in the life coming that we're going to be filming kind of with our homeschool day and how we do our homeschool day, and I'll try to include a little bit of my morning routine for you guys in there so you can see what I do in the morning and all that good stuff. So those three, and then the last one I have is a master bedroom update. So if you watched any of my previous videos, we have been doing a master bedroom remodel. It's kind of been put on the back burner for right now just because we have a lot of other things going on, but we're really close to finishing that, so I'm gonna post a video on that soon. And if there's anything else you guys want to see or questions that you have, let me know, put them in the comments, and I would love to hear, and I'll get those out for you guys. So I hope you guys are having a great day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.